So once again, at this International Champions Cup, we're heading for a shootout. These were the goals we saw in relegation play. Munir there with the opening goal for Barcelona with the header. After a really well-worked move, and this, Clive, was 2-0 from Arthur, and it was quite outstanding.
Yeah, Rafinha providing the header for the first, the cutback to Arthur for the second. Brilliant strike. Haddadi, absolutely no chance in that Spurs goal.
At half-time, Barca were cruising, but after half-time, Tottenham really raised their game, and they got back into it here with Son to make it 2-1.
They got the team higher in the second half. The pressure told the young Barcelona defence, finding it difficult to clear, and then Kudu smashes in the equaliser.
Yeah, that was two apiece. And Spurs went on pushing for a winning goal. Didn't arrive for them. But now we're going all the way here to see who will get the 2 points. A reminder for you, in the format of this International Champions Cup, the winner of penalties gets 2 points. The loser in a shootout gets 1. And all that's their tally over the course of the 3 games to see who will be the eventual champions when the tournament comes to a close on the 11th of the month. So then, the shootout coming up. In terms of what we've seen in the match there, what will Pochettino have learned from those Spurs players tonight?
Well, I think the tactical change that he made in the second half, pushing his team higher up the field, certainly getting the pressure on. The introduction, for me, very positive performances from Georges and Skip in particular, will be really positive in Mauricio Pochettino's mind. But then again, he knows the quality that it has. Eriksen coming into a central position, Son leading the line. All of a sudden, it was a different Spurs on the front foot during that second period.
I'm quite interested now in terms of who's going to take these spot kicks, because for Barcelona, it's a very young team out there on the pitch. In the stark contrast to Spurs, who do have young players out there too, the likes of Skip and Amos, but a much more experienced team.
Yeah, absolutely, and you would expect the experienced ones to be expecting to take spot kicks. For Barcelona, it might well be that the coach is asking them, do they have the confidence to step up in this sort of environment, in this arena, to take a kick.
So the goalkeepers in the spotlight, Michel Vorm with a man in goal for Spurs. Interesting for Barcelona, it's Jasper Cederson, and you may recall the last World Cup 4 years ago when he was Holland's #1 keeper, but he was taken off for a shootout. Tim Krul came on, you remember?
That's right, they brought in the specialist.
That's right, and they beat Costa Rica in the quarterfinals to get through. Cederson can show his worth himself now. The goalkeeper who is second choice in the main for Barca, behind Marc-Andre ter Stegen, the German. So we are pretty much all set to go then for the shootout. We've seen some long ones in this tournament so far.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of the Manchester United Milan one, which went on forever.
So 2-2 at the end of 90 minutes between Barcelona and Tottenham Hotspur. And now it's down to these kicks from 12 yards to determine who will be the winner of this match this evening. It looks as though first up for Barcelona, it is going to be Sergio Palencia up against Michel Vorm. Manu is the captain of Barcelona's B team. So one of the leaders amongst this youthful team for Barcelona. Up steps Palencia. It's a very fine start for Barcelona.
Yeah, very confident young man. Certainly acquitted himself particularly well in the second half in being introduced into that right-back position, and he stepped up to put Barcelona in the lead, sending Vorm the wrong way.
Yeah, very confident there, Palencia. So Son is the man who is first up for Spurs, and there's quite a few jeers from the big contingent of Barca fans inside this stadium. Son has scored the goal to make it 2-1 in normal time. Up against Jasper Siversen. And it's 1-1. Very cool there, the South Korean.
Very confident. Siversen falling away to his right-hand side. Son side-footing into the bottom corner.
Two-time Asian Football of the Year, smiling as ever.
Always smiling, Joe. Always smiling. A real character. He is loved in and around the club.
So a second kick now for Barcelona. It's Ruiz stepping up. And it's 2 from 2 for them, beating Michel Vorm. Another very good penalty. Yeah, Abel Ruiz with that right foot. Finds the target. 2-1 Barca. Ben Davies now, the man from South Wales. Second up for Tottenham. Oh, and it's 2-2 just about. Siversen there, you can tell. Felt he might have saved that one.
Well, he went the right way. Two experienced players stepping up for Spurs for their first two kicks, Son and Davies. As you can see, just fingertip away from getting contact on the ball, Barcelona keeper.
He got a bit lucky there, Ben Davies, but they all count. 2-2. See a right smile too from Eriksson.
I think he's just saying you're lucky there.
So now Monchi, third up for Barcelona, 18 years of age. Terrific, absolutely terrific.
Well, these Barcelona youngsters have stepped up to the plate. 3 taken, 3 scored.
And there was no doubt at all about that one. So 3-2 Barcelona, having taken one more than Spurs. It's Georgie, and it's been saved by Siversen. Oh, the young man, Anthony Georgiou, the first to miss. And it's advantage now, Barcelona.
Well, Siversen stays big. And young Georgiou, in the end, fires it almost centrally straight at the Barcelona goalkeeper. This time he stays up, manages to parry comfortably.
It was a telegraph penalty. Words of consolation there from his teammates. And here is Puig now for Barcelona, and he finds the back of the net, and they lead 4-2, and it's pretty much match point now for Barcelona.
That's a quality strike. The young man unerring in the way that he picks his spot, fires it away to Vorm's left-hand side, giving him no chance. Real precision into the corner.
Barcelona are on the brink. And it's pressure on there for Spurs. A penalty here which they have to score, otherwise it'll be victory for Barcelona. And Davinson Sanchez, the Colombian, is the player who will assume the responsibility. Davinson Sanchez has to score here to keep it alive for Tottenham. And he does. Player who had heartbreak only a few weeks ago in a shootout with Colombia against England. On
That's
the money here.
Good strike into the roof of the net.
So Davinson Sanchez has kept Spurs in it. But another chance now for Barca to win it. And their fifth taker is their new signing, Malcolm. Malcolm against Vorm. A chance to seal victory here. And he does just that. The new boy with the winning penalty for Barcelona. And they've edged through here in the shootout. Winning by 5-3. After a 2-2 draw at the end of the 90 minutes. It's Barcelona who win on penalties. And they get the 2 points from their opening game here of this year's International Champions Cup. Spurs who fought so hard to come back in regulation time, but beaten in the shootout. All 5 kicks taken and scored by Barcelona. And Malcolm it was with the match-winning kick, the 5th, beyond Michel Vorm. And it's success to Barcelona, sealed by their new star signing from Bordeaux. So Barcelona get the win here on the shootout. It's all smiles for them in California. So it's been the young guns of Barcelona who have got the victory here this evening on penalties. But it was a terrific game to enjoy here in the International Champions Cup. It was a 2-0 half-time lead for Barcelona, and they were 2 well-worked goals live.
Yeah, they really were. Barcelona started on the front foot, possession, created the first opportunities of the game. Munir had a shot from the edge of the box, high and wide, but this opportunity, good header by Rafinha. Munir arrives to head Barcelona in front.
Well, that was a close range finish from Munir. There was a shot there from distance from Semedo, the right back, who had a terrific first half, well saved by Pablo Gazzaniga. But this one from range found the top corner in quite exquisite fashion from Arthur, one of their summer signings.
Yeah, goal of the highest quality. Rafinha cutting the ball back from, again, the diagonal, long diagonal over to Rafinha, touch, and then awareness just to roll it back to Arthur. Touch and finish, as you say, absolutely first class.
One of the best goals we've seen at this summer's International Champions Cup from the new number 4 for Barcelona, Arthur. And he enjoyed that, along with his teammates and the many thousands of fans here behind their team in Pasadena. Eriksen's free kick there was Spurs' best first half moment. It was a pretty subdued first half, but after half-time they were a transformed team, weren't they? Yeah,
many changes for Barcelona, lots of younger players. Kartovic has certainly had a good first half, some important interceptions as he did there against Rafinha. Perfectly timed sliding tackle.
Yeah, that kept Spurs in touch at the break. They could have been more than 2 down. But as you say, there were a whole host of changes made by Barcelona. Many young players coming off the bench. But also Spurs too. Pochettino brought on, in particular, the skipper midfield, who was really impressive in the second half. This was a free kick again from Eriksen, which came very close to getting them back in it. The woodwork there saving Barcelona.
Yeah, just a fraction away of winding it round the wall and into the corner. Aurier couldn't capitalise on the rebound from the post.
The Spurs pressure would eventually tell. Son became more lively. Eriksson was pulling the strings. Malcolm came off the bench for Barca and showed a bit of promise there. That was a rare attack in truth for the team from Spain. Second half, which was dominated by Spurs, and they got themselves back in it here.
Yeah, Ben Davies getting himself forward. The young Barcelona defence, a little bit scrappy, couldn't clear their lines, and when the ball pops for Song, he coolly side foots the first of Spurs' goals.
That really was game on, momentum right behind Tottenham. And their fans, who have been outnumbered, had something to cheer there. And not long after that, it was 2-2. Son involved there once again, and it was eventually lashed in by Nkudu.
A little bit scrappy. Ball delivered in. Song, again in the thick of it, in the heart of the Barcelona defence. Pops out to Georgiou. Maybe that crossed the line, but Nkudu made doubly sure, rifling into the roof of the net.
Yeah, and Spurs at that stage were good value to be level. They were playing the better football. Valencia on the line, trying to keep the ball out. Maybe just did that, but there was no doubt after Nkudu turned it home there for 2 apiece. That's the goal which would eventually send it into penalties. At the end of normal time, both teams were pushing on for a winner, but it didn't arrive for them. This was the shootout, and the decisive moments of it. The only man to miss, Anthony Georgiou of Tottenham. You could say there by Jasper Cillessen.
Yeah, didn't quite get the width. Cillessen guessed right, parried away. Malcolm stepped up. 100%, 5 strikes for Barcelona to win it.
Yeah, they were outstanding in that shootout. The young guns got the job done, and Malcolm, the new man from Bordeaux, signed only a few days ago, making his mark in his first outing in Barcelona colours. So Barca, in their first game of this tournament, get 2 points on the board for a win on the shootout. Spurs get 1 point for defeat via the shootout method, so Tottenham have 4 points in their first 2 games here. Spurs next up will play Milan on Tuesday. Next up for Barcelona, it's Roma in Tuesday. Now let's get some post-match reaction. Well, the interview's just coming up now from down there pitch side, as we'll hear from some of the shining lights from this evening's match in California.
Hello, Rafinha. After many months playing at the highest level at Inter, now you come back at Barcelona and you made an amazing game. How did you feel today?
I feel good. It's important for us for the first match in the pre-season. We are happy to this win in the penalty.
Do you feel that the team has evolved a lot since you left, according to what we saw tonight?
No, it's the first match. We all together to the first match. We played good and we continue to play like this.
How did you see the new players? I mean, Brazilian players like Malcolm, like Arthur, and Lenglet as well.
I'm very happy to play with these amazing players from Brazil, to recover the player for Barcelona. And I hope all the best to these players.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Still a lot of missing players after the World Cup. Anyway, how did you feel tonight, you and your entire team?
No, I feel all right. I feel, of course, it's a pre-season. You know, you miss the sharpness, I think. But I think the lads doing well, training, work hard, and we play against Rome, play very well. Of course, it was first half we were disappointed. We didn't play well, but yeah, we just keep work hard and we come back. But honestly, we lost against penalty. But I think it's of course today is important, but I think it's more important is for the season. You know, I think keep the fitness is a very important thing.
Indeed, yourself and whole Tottenham has been growing a lot the last seasons. Do you think it is time for thinking that the winning Premier League is possible this season?
I don't know. I can't say yes or not, but at least we're gonna try everything. You know, it's at least the last 3 years we were very close to win something, and then we didn't. And I think we learned about something about that, and we're looking forward for the season. And if everyone come back, the players, I think we need to talk each other, and we need to believe ourselves. And I think we can make something historic.
Do you think the team needs something else for challenging for Premier League?
No, we play for everything. You know, we play for Champions League. I don't know, FA Cup, League Cup. You know, it's very important thing is we need to be strong on our mentality, and you know, we want to win everything. I want to win everything because I'm hungry to win everything.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So Son there, one of the goal scorers in Tottenham's comeback in regulation time, but it wasn't meant to be in the end for them. But some of those young players there for Tottenham maybe showed that it's not that imperative for them to go and sign players, but of course Pochettino will want to do that in the remaining couple of weeks now before that transfer window closes on the 9th of August. Son and Nkudu, their two goal scorers here at the Rose Bowl this evening. And in the end, Spurs had far more shots on goal, 18 in total. In the first half, that was one-way stuff in terms of Barcelona. 7 on target for Spurs. 2 of those became goals, but of course they went out in the end losing on the shootout and getting just the 1 point from their outing here. So 4 points from their first 2 games at this tournament. And they will have their last game, as I mentioned, against Milan in Minneapolis on Tuesday. Barcelona will take on Roma in their next match in Arlington also on Tuesday. Barcelona, who came here with a very young team but a very talented team, and they got the 2 points after the win on the shootout by 5 goals to 3. So thanks for watching. For me and Clive, it is goodbye for now.